All right, to follow up with our last video, we did candle those other eggs and none of them took. But also with our little Gracie Rose here, it's time for her vaccinations and her shots because she's about 9 weeks old. So we're going to be showing you how to give your own vaccinations at home. We are going with the Canine Spectra 10. This is from Tractor Supply. This is a dose that we'll give subcutaneously today, and then in a few weeks we'll give another dose of it subcutaneously along with her kennel cough shot. But this is Spectra 10, and it comes in 2 vials, and you've got to reconstitute it. You have a liquid vial and a powder vial, and so you've got the liquid in one, and so we're going to use a syringe to draw this liquid up and inject it into this vial here, where we have to shake it to reconstitute it. And these things are supposed to stay refrigerated until you're ready to use them. So I'll go ahead and reconstitute this, and as I'm doing that, we'll talk about what's all included in this vaccine shot.
Okay, so we just looked. This covers distemper, adenovirus, coronavirus, dog flu, and parvo, and then there's some other listed I can't pronounce, but they're for bacterial. So it covers quite a bit.
Normally I would discourage anybody putting a needle in something and then pulling it out and putting it in something else and then putting it in your dog, or anybody or anything. Generally I would use a blunt filled needle or something like that to reconstitute all this, but this is how they say to do it. So we've got the fluid, the vaccine fluid is what it's called, there in the syringe, and so we're going to take this and we're going to reconstitute this powdery, the cake as they call it, and so we'll push all the air out that we can. Okay. And then we're gonna cap this. And I don't like to shake it vigorously. I like to just roll it in my hand. That's how I generally do any medications that I reconstitute. You don't want to shake them up and get a bunch of air bubbles in there. That's just a bad idea at any given time. So
you do that with people once too, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And I'm not like, I'm a paramedic by trade. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you that I'm a doctor. I'm not telling you that I'm a vet or anything like that, but this is something you can do at home. And if you're able to, and if you're willing to, I would highly encourage you to, just to kind of keep that relationship at the vet's office a good one, and not necessarily one that your dog is always afraid of going there. You can always, they're not going to be afraid of you because you're building that bond in other ways already. So I guess I should do that for y'all. So I'm going to draw that up, bring it all of that out of there. Make sure you get all of it out. This should be a 1 mil injection. So this one's actually going to be right at 1 mil right there. So make sure you have all the air out. Now this is going to be a subcutaneous injection, and that means it's going to be just underneath the skin, not in the muscle. And so in order for this to go in, I'm going to pick kind of a place where she has a lot of adipose tissue, a lot of fatty tissue, and I'm going to pinch it up, and I'm probably going to give her the injection right there. Now as soon as I put the needle inside of her, I'm going to draw back on the plunger to ensure that I'm not getting any blood or flashback. If you do, sometimes that'll happen. You need to pull the needle and try again somewhere else. You don't want to inject this directly into their veins. It necessarily won't kill them, but it could give them a really bad cough and really make everything wet. Again, I'm not a veterinarian, but I know how it works with people. I would assume it works similarly, not exactly the same, with puppies. So she might cry. because this might hurt. She is getting a shot, but she will be fine, and we'll give her some treats afterwards. So make sure everybody's, if you'll hold her head, just use your other hand there. Yeah.
I'll make sure I had good on
So I'm going to pinch her just like this. I'm going to make sure there's no air in my syringe. Pinch her just like this and give her a shot. I know. That's a good girl.
So good.
All right, and pull it out and then rub it in. Good girl. And then, Abby, do you want to go give her some treats?
The treats are on the table.
Can you go get her bag of treats? And I like to rub it in because I know that's sore.
She's getting candy.
Oh, no, get the puppy treats, not candy.
The puppy treats are on the table.
Say, good girl. Good girl.
Good girl,
Good girl. You want to give her one? Good girl.
Shots are rough, huh?
That's a good girl.
goodness.
That's a good girl.
All right.
So like I said, we will repeat this in a couple of weeks, and when we do that, we'll add her Bordetella or kennel cough vaccine at the same time. We won't give it in the same spot. We'll give it one on this side and one on the other, just so her body can absorb it a little bit better. And we don't want to give a whole lot in one area. It'd be very painful, and it can cause some soft tissue trauma there. So make sure that when you do that, you consider that if you're giving more than one shot at a time. But if you're able to do this, make sure that you do it. These are $13.99, I think, at Tractor Supply, and it's perfectly legal for you to do it at home, and it's a good thing for you to do it at home. She will be getting spayed, and when she gets spayed, we'll get her rabies shot then. You do need a physician, a veterinarian, to give your rabies shot, and I'm perfectly okay with that because she's going to be there to be spayed anyways. But you did a good job.
And if you do them at home, just write the dates down. Keep a record of it. Nope.
Yeah. So just a little short video about how to vaccinate your puppy at home here on our Homestead life. We love you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if we taught you anything. And hey, you know what? Hit the thumbs up if this is an adorable puppy. Look at that face.
Look at her little floppy claws.
Her little dew claws aren't connected, so they just flop around.
It's funny. You're so cute.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all later. Oh, got her bone. So I don't want it right now.
Right now.
See ya.